Hey house guests, welcome to another Big Brother Canada 7 updates and spoiler. So, happy spring. Today's the first day of spring, first full day of spring. And our springy house guest of the day is Randy Westgard. Congratulations, you are awesome. Thank you so much for your support. If you guys want to be house guest of the day, check out our Patreon link in the info box below. Let's buckle up and get started. This is cray. Alright, so yesterday. When I left off on yesterday's spoiler, the feeds were down from about 2:48 p.m. and they did not come back until about 5:49. So, apparently, Damien and Kailyn were called into the diary room during the lockdown because there was a lockdown during the feed outage. So it's most likely that that is when they did the intelligence twist. I'm thinking Damien probably got it, but you never know. It could have been Kailyn, but I'm pretty sure it was probably Damien. So, after that, Sam and Damien are having a little chat. And she heard that if Kailyn stays, she's going after Sam and Adam. She tells him this, and she wants to know, what are your plans if you stay? And he said, well, I'm not about putting you and Adam up. But he didn't really give very much info on who his targets were. So she says, well, I'm not after you, so maybe we could meet in the dumpster sometime. You know, people wouldn't suspect the two of us working together, so maybe we could do that. And don't worry about what Adam and I look like. We're keeping our buck-fuddying separate from the game because it's two separate things. It's business and pleasure. So think about it. Well, Mark and Adam were having a little chat, and Adam won't go against Chelsea, so they're not going to be able to do the plan of keeping Kailyn. Because, you know, I don't know why this wasn't such a huge red flag to Mark, but I guess it's something that they already knew anyway, that he kind of has a little alliance with the girls. I'm sure they realize that. Kind of. I'm almost wondering, are the guys as stupid as the girls on this season? I don't know. But he doesn't want to keep Kailyn. So, the rest of the pretty boys, that is minus Adam, they're talking about the whole Kiki situation. Apparently Kiki had walked in on, who was it? The Dumpster Alliance, Kira, Chelsea, and Sam, because they only meet in the dumpster. And they were saying that they're going to need to cut Adam eventually, but she told Dane, and Dane was like, oh my god, Adam's going to be so pissed, I can't wait to tell him, because then he'll want to get rid of Sam, because he's been betrayed. Yeah, I mean, it's hard to tell with these people who's lying to who. I mean, it's pretty obvious to us, but in the game, when you're in that house and you don't have the benefit of the TV cameras, it can be quite confusing. But the Alliance of 7, I've got an update. It's not including Kira. I remember yesterday I was like, oh, is that 7th person Mark or is that 7th person Kira? It's not Kira, because Chelsea said, I cannot. She pulled a rock star. She was like, I cannot. Just wait, girl. Just wait. It's dumpster only for Kira, especially after the whole debacle about her grabbing Kiki's face and trying to make out with her. I believe that was the night before. Still not quite sure what was going on there. Kira tried to play it off as Kiki needed it she said she wanted to make out with all the girls. Okay. All right. Anthony and Mark. Chelsea is still the target. And the reasoning behind this, according to Anthony, is... let me do my Anthony voice. If we take out Chelsea, Sam will stick with Adam. And she's going to have to do everything that he says. No. All right. So Anthony presented to Adam, eloquently, his info on the girls and Kira alliance, the dumpster alliance, wanting to get rid of Adam. And he's also saying, look, we need to keep Kailyn because she will go after the girls. You don't have to. She's going to put up Chelsea and Sam if she stays. So she's going to do the dirty work, and she's not even coming after you. So, Adam and Sam have a little chat, and he's a little bit worried that she's being so distant. He's got that information in his back pocket that she put his name out there through Kiki and Anthony. He got this info. And she's like, dude, stop being so paranoid. I'm still going to straddle on you. And she swore on her father that everything was cool. Why didn't she tell him about her conversation with Damien? I think that probably would have put a little bit of his fears to rest to keep Damien over Kailyn. But she didn't. I guess she was afraid at that point to expose herself talking game about him. But I mean, she did mention him, and he was like, I'm not putting up Adam, so I don't know. But he was really, really grilling her about her game. Why hasn't anyone mentioned my name? Are you lying to me? And she's like, dude, what are you talking about? Why would somebody come to me, your showmance, and say, I'm going to put up your boyfriend and get rid of him? That would be stupid. Why won't you realize this? Is anyone home? All right. So then he's accusing her of always trying to get him, meaning Adam, to turn on his boys. These are such big flags. Such big flags. People, they're waving in the breeze. Don't you see the flags? All right. In other news, Kailyn has decided to take the night off. She's going to give her campaigning a rest, which I think is pretty damn smart. She started campaigning way too hard, way too soon before the eviction. So I think that is an excellent, excellent decision to put the campaigning on hold for the night. Relax, regroup, get your shit together, because tomorrow's going to be crazy. Foreshadowing. All right. I will also have an Anthony douche alert. Whoop, whoop. Oh my God. When somebody loosely quotes the musical Hamilton about somebody else in the house, I believe he said, in my best Anthony voice, Eddie stands for nothing. He'll fall for anything. All right. Today, oh my God, today, Adam starts off the day by playing a couple games of pool with Damien. They have a little casual game chat. Adam eases into it by telling Damien, you know what, you're cool, you got the votes, looks like you're staying, man. I certainly am not going to vote against you. And if I win HOH, I'm not going to put you up because I don't want to stress you out, bruh. You've been on the block too many times already. So I'm sure he's like, and you would put up who? Not me. But it never, you know, he didn't say it point blank, but he kind of danced around it, meaning Damien a little bit, that Adam didn't need to worry. They also had a little chat about the double eviction because it's probably coming up soon. And They need to start targeting the girls because too many boys are going home. They have way too many girls in here. It's funny how the boys always think in terms of a boys' alliance, but the girls never think, hey, that's a way to separate the house. Penises and vaginas. Who would have thunk it? The guys are always so quick to man up, but the girls, they just don't think like that. I don't know why. And then Adam, for good measure, also floats Kira's name out there. He says they would probably be a good person to put up on the block. Okay. They agree to reevaluate after whoever wins the HOH, and they leave it at that. All right, we got a dumpster alliance meeting. Chelsea, Kira, and Sam in the archive room. FYI, there's now 102 boxes of useless junk in the archive room. Kira is determined to win the HOH. They know that if they don't win it, it's going to be bad. Somebody from that little group is going to be going up on the block. They are in big trouble. If Kira wins the HOH, they're going to put up the twins, probably, most likely. Dane can't win. That would be detrimental to their game because they know they're going to be put up. Definitely Sam knows that she is a target for sure. So let's take a little break from the game and just have some fun times. I really enjoyed Eddie and Anthony's chat mid-morning this morning before all the shit went down. I was having such a good day, just enjoying Eddie and Anthony talking about beards and their skincare routines and what their names mean. And Eddie was explaining about how he was born in the year of the chicken, and it was fun. Eddie's favorite food is spicy fish. And of course, Anthony loves his runny eggs and bacon on a sandwich with like a million other types of meats. But in terms of Chinese food, he really loves beef and broccoli. You're welcome. All right, so Kailyn's rehearsing her speech around noon. Nothing earth-shattering here. She's planning on calling out Adam and Chelsea. She's going to say that Adam's a bully and Chelsea is a liar. Nothing new here. I think pretty much everybody in the house is prepared for this. And Adam and Chelsea are just so worried that she's going to blow up their game. But come on, don't people already know this? Come on. So, Kailyn decides to call house meeting tonight or this afternoon. So she has a semi-house meeting. That means everybody in the house except for the Dumpster Alliance plus Adam. And they don't even freaking realize what's going on. They don't realize, hey, this house is pretty empty, until the meeting was almost over. So at the Kailyn meeting, she said Adam and Sam have a final two. Adam tried to make a final two with me in the beginning, but I said no. Okay. And she said, I've been helping everyone in the house. I told Kiki how to get off the block. Honey, that was determined way before you ever said anything to Kiki, that Kiki was going to come off the block. Come on. She also said, you better keep me because Damien is going to be used as a pawn. And it was like a real, we got to get Damien out. This is Damien. Damien was at the meeting. She tells everyone about her real life, about the struggles that she's had. Tell me this wasn't calculated. In a way, I could see where she's coming from by wanting to share her story, but the timing is a little sus, Kailyn. The timing is a little sus. Anyway, she tells about how she got pregnant and had a child at the age of 18. She was called the N-word, but only she didn't say the N-word. She said the real thing. And Then she moved to the Cayman Islands and she had another baby, and she lost everything in the hurricane, including her husband. So then she had to come back to Canada and start over again, and hooked up with another guy, had another baby. Then the feeds were very, very spotty throughout this whole story. So I'm sure there's quite a few holes in this story. Probably because the people that she was talking about in the situations, I don't think they had releases for them. So she also outed herself as being 42 years old. And she said, I'm here for all the olds who think that they can, live out their dreams or whatever. So she wanted to tell everybody so many times that her 12-year-old is like the kids in Corey's class. And she really pretty much touched on everybody in the meeting and pulled a little heartstring. I think she knew exactly what she was doing. This was very calculated on her part. I don't think she was just sharing her story. I think she was selling her story. She worked her ass off for the kids, and that's when my feeds crapped out. So later on, I had to catch up, and I find out that Chelsea and Adam were like, hey, where is everybody? And they walked in on the tail end of the meeting, and everybody freaking scattered like cockroaches afterwards. So Adam is freaking out. He's like, why was the whole house except for me and the girls and Kira at a meeting? Why weren't we at the meeting? So he has a chat with Dane, and Dane is telling him, calm down. You're off the hook. This meeting was really good for you. This is exactly what you needed. You're safe. And it put a big target on Chelsea and Sam. So you're golden, boy. And Sam is overhearing their conversation, unbeknownst to them. And she finally wakes the F up and says, oh shit, we're getting played. What is this, like day 17? Come on. At least you didn't wait until the end to find out, my God. So everything is falling into place in her mind now. That's why he's defending the boys. That's why this is this. So immediately, as she should, she runs and goes and tells Chelsea. Kira joins in a little bit later, and they're like, we're effed. Yes, kind of. Unless you do something, obviously. So then Anthony goes to the Dumpster Alliance and fills in the girls on the minutes of the meeting. And Chelsea's upset that the whole country's going to hate her for putting up Kailyn and voting her out when she's had such a rough life. You know what? No, they're not. I absolutely hate people who use their sob stories. This is a game. This is a game. This is not who has the worst life. Let's give them some money. I've always thought of Big Brother as a game, and I absolutely hate when people use their special circumstances, Frankie Grande, about getting themselves further in the game. Hate it. Okay. So I'm actually still hoping that Kailyn is going to go home because she's a manipulator, not because, I don't like her or, she's got a poor story or, no, she's playing the game too hard. She made a mistake. All right. Kira, Sam, and Chelsea, the Dumpster Alliance. Chelsea is like, maybe Adam's just playing Dane? No, honey, no. Come on. They realize we can't trust them anymore. But what do we do? What are we going to do? Should we just confront him? No. I think the best thing is what they agreed to do is to play stupid, at least for now. And as they're deciding this, Adam walks in. Oh boy. Uh-oh, hot dog. So Sam asks him point blank, did you talk to Dane? And he's like, yeah. And he just said, calm down. He didn't mention your names or anything like that. And then they keep grilling him, and he's like, oh yeah, they mentioned your names. They mentioned all of our names. So he's trying to play it off. Maury Povich said, I saw the lie detector test, and that's a lie. But they didn't say that out loud. But they're thinking it. So I have to ask, is Kailyn staying now? She seems to think so. She had a little chat with Eddie, and she's counting the votes. She's counting the votes, and she's hopefully counting on Eddie to vote to keep her as well. So, whew. Well, the pretty boys, they're going to be playing both sides. They're going to cover their asses. They are going to invite Damien into their alliance. Of course, it's not for real. It's just for this week. And they probably won't even tell him everything, but they're going to have to come up with a new name because it's only temporary. I feel bad for Damien. Because, is Damien even playing though? I didn't even see him campaign at all this week. I think he was just sitting back and like not doing anything. But we still have tonight. And boy, is tonight gonna be nuts. Because Kailyn's not giving up. Like I said, she said this wasn't calculated. She just wanted to share her story. But I think it was so calculated. Because she's gonna be working overtime for some votes tonight. So let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. And I'm going to buckle up. I'm going to have to get started a little bit early because I don't want to miss anything for tonight. And I'm going to be back tomorrow to tell you what went down. So thank you so much for watching. And until next time, much love.